I am Mike here with one of my really good buddies. We're going to be playing some Brawlhalla. You want to introduce yourself to the friends and fam?
My name is Bailey. I'm going to go by the game tag Toys. And
Fancy.
Mike introduced me to Brawlhalla, and now I've already surpassed all of his hours in this game.
Yes, young Jedi. You've gone from Padawan to Master.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's this is military moments at its finest, isn't it?
It is.
Let's get it going.
It's actually the first military moments between Army and the Coast Guard.
Or for all of Military Gaming League, for that matter.
That is true. So we're both going to be playing random. I have Naya, and you have...
I'm a pirate.
You are...
That you couldn't have asked for any better.
You are literally a puddle pirate right there.
Shush.
You
know what? People call us puddle pirates because they don't know what we do. They don't know how amazing and awesome Coast Guard is.
I mean, how did you even get into the Coast Guard?
So I was an academy grad, if you can believe that. I went to the Coast Guard Academy, graduated in 2004. Then, it was all craziness from there. Yeah, my first assignment was up in Alaska. If you can believe that.
Where?
I was in Ketchikan, Alaska. It's a small town in the southeast. It is, if you're looking, you actually turn, die because I'm talking. Great. If you actually turn your hand down like this, flip it around, southeast right here, Aleutian Islands. Yeah, that just looked funny doing that on camera, but hey, that's what this is all about. So I was in the southeast for a couple years on a ship. It was good stuff. I loved it. I wanted to be a pilot.
What were you?
I ended up being a deck watch officer. That was my primary. It's like the equivalent, Navy equivalent of a SWO, surface warfare officer. So
I'm in the Army. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so
can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so surface warfare for Navy, it's like if you're an officer and you go on ships, and that's usually your primary designation.
Yeah.
For Coast Guard, deck watch officer, if you're going to go on ships, is like primary. The other thing, if you're a ship person, would be an engineer officer in training. But I went deck watch.
Okay. So. Yeah, I'm just a little tank officer here in the Army. Nothing too special. Get a command tanks and shoot tanks and drive tanks. You know?
So, but how did you get into the Army then?
So I first enlisted in the National Guard when I was in college, and then after I got back from my AIT training and whatnot,
What kind of training? I don't know.
AIT, so that's like the job training, and I did air traffic control.
Okay.
And then I came.
Is that like MOS kind of training? AIT, is that like MOS?
Yep. And then I went to ROTC and commissioned active duty as an armor officer.
So where did you go to college?
I went to college at St. Cloud State University in Minnesota.
Minnesota? Why Minnesota, man? That place is cold.
It's just like the map right here. Snow everywhere, freezing. Really not a lot of fun. All you're gonna do is
go to school.
Go to school. No partying.
Watch Vikings games.
Yeah.
Vikings good when you went there? Oh.
But last I saw you, you were at Player Omega with me. We actually shared a room together.
God. You didn't want to sleep with my service dog. You didn't want to sleep with. I was all ready for your cuddles, and you decided to say no. You are not service dog friendly. No, that's not accurate. He's totally service dog friendly. Don't know that. Get you banned or something. really like it. Pirate, holy cow. So, all right. So you went to college. You had way more of a legit college experience than I did.
Oh yeah. Did my 4 years in the criminal justice degree. I know it's pretty cliche
Nice.
for an officer, but
Criminal justice. That's a good degree to have. It's kind of. I mean, it's a little poli-sci related. Still, like being able to critically think on the law side helps out really well. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, it's helped me out a lot, especially when I had on-the-job experience as a public safety officer for my college.
oh, you're public. Wait, so public safety like resident advisor or public safety as in, hey, I'm a
Like campus police, the people that bust the.
Okay, so you were an ARC.
Oh yeah. Why would
Yeah,
that
I didn't. Oh yeah, I spent most of my time in school under the radar. Like I was on academic probation 7 out of 8 semesters.
It's not.
Not too bad for my first pirate experience there. That was pretty legit. So I think what was your so far? I know you've only been in for a few years. Like, what's been your favorite assignment, or what are you like most looking forward to out of your Army experience?
Well, so far my main assignment has been here at OSET, the one-station unit training for the tankers who enlisted in the Army. They go through basic training in tanker school, and that has been my only assignment so far. But actually, next week I PCS to Fort Bliss, so that should be pretty interesting.
For all of the non-military types, what is out there that may be watching? What's PCS mean?
PCS is just where you change your duty station, and I am now going to be moving to El Paso, Texas.
Go.
There I should become a platoon leader.
Okay.
Hopefully, anyway.
So, how does that work if you're training to be like a tanker? So, are you like a tanker and a platoon leader? How does that work?
I'll always be a tanker, or I'll always be an armor officer, but there's multiple things to being an armor officer. I should be taking a tank platoon, though, when I get there.
Okay.
And at that point, as a platoon leader, I will be in charge of 4 tanks and 15 other people inside the platoon. And then we'll just do normal.
That sounds
mission.
like you're probably gonna get like deployed over to the sandbox at some point.
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
It
is
wouldn't
that
be too
something? Is that something you want? Do you want to go to the sandbox?
Eventually, it would be nice.
Like something seems like a reasonable thing in that field.
I mean, it's what I've done all my training for, so I might as well.
Might as well use it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty legit. So,
Have you gone on any deployments?
so my Coast Guard deployments are a little different. Like your deployments are when you're ship based, they could be for any number of things. Since I spent so much of my time in Alaska, I did a lot of fisheries law enforcement and search and rescue. So,
Did you ever find anybody?
Well, so fisheries law enforcement, typically, if you've ever seen the show Deadliest Catch, it's boarding those boats, doing safety inspections. Hey, we're gonna look at your fire extinguishers, we're gonna look at your life rafts, flares, everything that you can possibly think of that's safety related on a commercial fishing vessel, and check it out for safety purposes. And then on the fish side, we inspect catches, look at logbooks.
So you're telling me that you board other people's ships by force, and you check out what they have.
By force is a strong term. We never really had to force anybody to do it. It's like, hey, we're coming on board, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we're going to do this thing. Most, I'd say, of the couple hundred boardings that I've been on law enforcement related, the 80 to 90% of them were very forced.
So, puddle pirate.
Yeah, I was definitely not a pirate. I was very anti-pirate. So that was, I I did a lot of law enforcement and training based on it. Probably my favorite job was anything that was training related. I was a boarding officer. I was in charge of training programs and training teams. So that was fun. Probably my favorite assignment was my second one, where I was the exec. I was the number 2 on a 110-foot patrol boat, which has got a office component 2. Myself and the skipper, and then an enlisted component of 16. So it was an 18-person, 110-foot tin can, and that was also based out of Michigan, where my first duty station was. And so my second one was right last year. And a year into it, it was a 2-year assignment due for an extended dry dock. The dry dock ended up being Baltimore, Maryland. So we had to take the boat, this teeny tiny boat that wasn't really meant for long transit, south through the Panama Canal, and then up the East Coast to Maryland. It was just insane. It's crazy. It took us 2 months to do it, and by far it was just some of the coolest experience. My favorite probably was I actually got to drive the ship through the canal itself. Typically, as the number 2, I was the primary officer. So I got to, and when you on boats that small, you don't have, unlike the Navy, you don't have like a mast on it.
So after all of that, how did you end up here in the military gaming league and becoming a gamer? Like, what actually like got you into gaming? Because I started gaming when I was 8 years old, and I was playing like RuneScape and Counter-Strike, which I pretty much still play to this day.
Well, way to keep yourself traditional on that.
Yeah, I gotta keep the same games throughout the entire life.
Wrong freaking word. Traditional's not the word. Loyal. There we go. Hey, loyalty in the military. Yay!
Exactly.
I like my mug. It's got like
Backdoor. What do you mean by
backdoor? Like we had some really smart folks that figured out how to let us play multiplayer games on the network. Traditionally, it wouldn't allow it. So, but I've been
multiplayer games back then.
Well, I'm not that old, jerk. 37. Leave me alone. So, yeah, I've been playing since I was 5, maybe 5. My grandpa taught me how to play like old school PC game on like an original Mac and like one of the first color controls. So I was like changing directory files and running executables. So you were even a twinkle in Dad's eyes saying. So you want to talk about old school gaming? So between that and the original Atari, I did not play the Commodore 64. Didn't even have access to one of those. But yeah, so I was doing that. I have played some Counter-Strike. I was more of a Team Fortress guy.
Oh yeah, I love Team Fortress. I put probably close to 1,000 hours into that game.
Yeah, my favorite was the medic because I love to poison people and infect them right outside their spawn. So I've been gaming my whole life, and then I got introduced to the league probably about a year and a half ago. I met one of the founders at a Gears of War Pro Circuit event, and just kind of kept in touch. There was a PUBG range battle this past April with all 5 teams. Got to play in that, and then after that, after I'd met everybody, it was like, hey, how can I be more involved? And then decided today to decided to do that's probably pretty. So, Dictionary Police, where are you?
That's how kind of similar story for me getting into the league. I saw the thread on Reddit, and I was like, wow, that seems pretty interesting. I'll check that out. And then I was pretty active, and then I became a moderator. And then about a year after becoming a moderator, Drake, the founder, or one of the founders, he messaged me. He's like, hey, do you want to become the Army community branch manager. And I was like, I would love to take that position.
Word.
And then the first event I went to was actually the Player Omega one, where I helped out with
Where we met.
yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. You know, it was a
Your
lot
little
of fun.
dinosaur keeps eating me. Ugh.
I know, it's
I
great,
hate-
isn't it?
I
It cost
hate
me
it.
like $3, but it's worth
Not
it.
worth it. No. If we ever played Fortnite, to see how much ridiculous I have.
Oh,
Well, it's pretty legit. So you're a branch manager. I'm a branch manager. Volunteer out of love. So much love.
but like, what other games do you play? Like, obviously you're playing Brawlhalla right now, but what else do you do?
So free time wise, I used to put a ton of hours into Destiny. I played OG Fortnite. I still love OG Fortnite PvE. Just don't get to play it as
Oh.
much. Like
So like the multiplayer?
PvE is amazing. I love the PvE. PvP, I'll check on some of the modes. Like they just did a Star Wars mode that was really cool. It was like the Star Wars skins were legit. But
Oh
let's see,
no.
what else? Whoa, whoa, Ooh, my little alien. Or Brax. So I play a few. Let's see, what else do I play? You name it, I probably play. The Division, like first-person shooters. I'm a like the quasi MMO RPGs. I've pretty much what I've played. Sounds like you don't really stray from your favorite space. That's what
No, I have a hard time getting into games that I can find like enjoyable. Like I'll always go back to like Counter-Strike. Like I haven't played it in a couple months, but just like I think it was yesterday or the day before I started playing multiplayer again. And playing into the competitive scene because I gotta stick with the basics. I gotta stay with what I know.
Yeah.
And
And
just-
I imagine you're married. Your wife lets you you put so many hours into the game.
yeah, she doesn't like it, but it's all right. She'll get over it.
It's who you are, right?
Exactly. She knew what she was getting into, so I can't really blame her.
Who's getting into? Oh my goodness.
Well, Mike, I think that's gonna have to wrap it up for us. Those 3 games were pretty fun.
Yeah, they were good stuff. I'm Mike. This is Bailey.
Yep.
This was the first edition ever of Military Moments.
The
Thanks all for having us. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.